Hey everyone, welcome back to Sports Tea. Tonight, I'm going to discuss Charles Barkley's recent rant on TNT, Jimmy Butler's 7 game suspension, Kawhi Leonard's return, and the supposed MVP race between Jokic and SGA. But before we get into it, please do me a favor and smash the like button as you all load into the room. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm really looking forward to tonight's episode. I do want to take a moment to shout out our members of the channel. So just give me one moment to do that, and then we'll start rocking and rolling. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Friday. Okay, so I do just want to quickly shout out Tom Smithers. Thank you so much for being an all-star. Zeno Omega, Kurt Nishimura, Raymond Chambers, Eden Jr., Danny Season, Debo4735, Jason Williams, Sports Facts, Jamie Costello, Coach Marcus, Silvio Manuel, Lester's Banana, Wise Guy 23, Leon Jones, Right Hand Cam, Main Event, Brown B, Ill Will 42, Kedrian Hardy, William Wright, Lewis Matthews, Charles Hookah, Lisa Taylor, Brenda, Meg XD, Reginald McLendon, Panama 135, V Dub, Saeed Gore, Spurs Ann, Ron C23, Blanco Smoke, T Birth the Twin, Relax and Focus, WWKM, Big Al Master Chief, Jeffrey Guyett, Christopher Baldwin. It's not that serious. Thank you so much for being members. I really appreciate you all. You continue to help the channel to grow and expand. And I'm just really grateful to be here and to deliver you guys the content that you enjoy. So thank you so much for being here. Let's see who's in the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for joining tonight. Lee Kinney, shout out to you. Right hand Cam, I know you got to go to work in the morning. Thank you for stopping by. Frankie Fernandez, you started the chat off really hot. Thank you for that. Larry Jameson, why do the Lakers have an easy schedule? You know what? The NBA needs some good ratings, right? I guess they believe that if the Lakers are doing well, that will contribute to that. Ain't no party like a sports tea party. Salute to you, Nufo. Ron C23 in the building. Shout out to the moderators. Thank you guys for holding me down tonight. Who's hooping with us tonight? Happy Friday, JSRL Padre. Let's rock. I'm with you on that. Chick Hearn forever. I'm right here. I'm so sorry that I was late. I have been coming late lately. I'm trying to do better. My schedule has been really rough, but I'm just going to keep trying to get better and better. So, thank you guys for hanging in there with me. I know it's a late night. Zachary V, Danny Season, salute to you guys. Manny Coffee, you've been late lately. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to get better. Okay. Dribble on in. I love it. Lay up the like button. Yes, please, guys, smash the like button for me. Handyman TV, salute to you. Thank you so much. Salute to you, Cirques. Our TY, the guy. Zachary V, you're awesome as well. D frequency. I try not to destroy people. Really, I think when you manage people, when you're a leader, they're supposed to feel really good. I think coaching is positive, and yeah, I take pride in really being someone that people like to work with. According to Rump Roast, Barkley, the Lakers suck, yet they're the fourth seed in the Western Conference, proving that Barkley is elite at two things: eating and talking out of his ass. I mean, the Lakers were like the 11th seed like 2 days ago. So, obviously the standings will go up and down and shift throughout the season. It's still early. We haven't even made it to the All-Star break. So, I think that that's a really interesting comment. But yeah, we'll see. We're going to continue to see how the Lakers season shapes out and where they're going to go. I'm tired of talking about them. But, I thought the Charles Barkley rant was epic. I thought it was hilarious, and, I can't wait to get into that with you guys. So, like I said, guys, as you continue to trickle into the room, please do me a favor and smash the like button, okay? So, let's just go ahead and jump right into this first topic of the night, which is Charles Barkley. I so and just to even kind of rewind and set the stage for this Charles Barkley rant, about 2 weeks ago, JJ Reddick was asked about why NBA ratings are in the toilet. And just in case you guys missed it, I'll play it for you again.
JJ, the last few days, there's been a lot of talk about NBA ratings and just the state of the league, the 3-point line, and the different solutions or fixes to some of the perceived problems. As someone who's been a player on the media side and on the coaching side, what's your take on all of that?
I was hoping I wouldn't have to provide takes anymore. Try to be brief here. I said the other night, I don't think the league is as homogenized as a lot of people make it out to be. There are certain rosters, certain players that, because of their skill set, it makes sense to shoot a lot of threes. What I think gets lost a little bit in the amount of 3-point attempts is what has been taken away, which is a steady decline in long twos. What I checked this last year, so don't quote me on this, but what has increased along with 3-point volume is points in the paint. So the three has allowed more space for people to actually score at the rim and score in the paint. So that's the strategy. In terms of the ratings, there's a lot of probably whys. I would speculate some of it is streaming. Some of it is the fact that in my own household, we have YouTube TV and that we don't have Spectrum right now. We have Spectrum Wi-Fi, but not Spectrum cable. And my family can't watch Lakers games that aren't nationally televised. I do have a free account from Spectrum. I'm just too lazy to pick it up. Clear on that. Spectrum has been very good to me.
Probably send somebody out there.
Yeah, but my point to that is, in my own household, I have 9 or 10 subscriptions. I lose my password to all of these. I think with the depth of cable, people unplugging and then relying on streaming networks, I think it's not easy to watch an NBA game, to find an NBA game. I think that's part of it. Maybe that's a small percentage of it, but that's certainly a factor in all of this. And I've told Adam this, so I'll say this again. I don't think we as, and by we, I was part of it, we as the sort of national partners have done a good job of storytelling, of celebrating the game. If I'm a casual fan and you tell me every time I turn on the television that the product sucks, well, I'm not going to watch the product. And that's really what has happened. over the last 10 to 15 years. I don't know why. It's not funny to me. Nothing is entertaining to me. This game should be celebrated. I've watched the league evolve. I'm in this league right now. I can tell you without fact or with fact that the league is more talented and not just raw talent. The league is more talented and skilled than it was 18 years ago when I was drafted. That's a fact. There are more players that are excellent. There are more teams that are excellent. I heard when I played for, 4 or 5 years, why don't we even play the regular season? We know who's going to be in the finals. Well, guess what? We have parity now. And we're not celebrating parity. We're not celebrating the fact that the Western Conference is as loaded as it is. We're playing a Sacramento team tonight that's incredible, with incredible talent, and they've got a losing record. It's not because they're a bad basketball team. I don't know. We don't have anybody that's willing to step up to the fact that this is an awesome game and we should talk about it and celebrate it in a positive way. That doesn't mean we don't critique it. We should critique it, but we should celebrate it. Nobody's doing that. And the people that are have a small niche following on Twitter. And frankly, I would argue as well that everyone in our ecosystem pays too much attention to what is said on Twitter. And part of this whole ratings discussion is because people on Twitter are talking about it.
Interesting. I normally don't do this, but progressive sports fan, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Sheesh. Yikes. We always, I guess trolls are good for the chat sometime, but yikes, I do not want bad vibes in here. Okay. For me, as far as JJ Reddick is concerned, I just wonder where was the positivity in the media when JJ Reddick was in the media saying that the league was watered down and Rasheed Wallace went off on him. What about the positivity when JJ Reddick wants to see, do we remember when he was saying that Larry Bird was shooting completely uncontested, spewing pure lies about Larry Legend? Dominique Wilkins and Michael Cooper went off on him. Where was the positivity then when he was calling Bob Cousy's era of basketball firemen and plumbers? And Bob Cousy and Jerry West did what? They went off on him. They literally took belts to his ass. So where was the positivity then? He is one of the main reasons for the battle of the eras that exists today. He's a complete disgrace. He was an underwhelming role player at best, who accomplished nothing in the NBA, by the way, and he spent a lot of time criticizing legends of this game. While he was in the media, he is completely shameful. And he also criticized players, anybody playing alongside LeBron James that he could blame, while he was in the media. What happened to the positivity then? JJ Reddick is shameful. But, he made a name for himself by betraying the fraternity of the game and making a mockery of the league. He is just pathetic. JJ Reddick is a complete shit stain on the NBA and the NBA media that he was once a part of. The fact that LeBron James would stand next to him is absolutely sickening. It's disgraceful that LeBron James got Darvin Ham fired for a degenerate scumbag like JJ Reddick. Charles Barkley responded and went blood on JJ Reddick and the Lakers. He went on an epic rant last night after the Celtics versus Timberwolves game. Ernie was trying to get through the highlights, and he starts talking about how they shot almost 100 3-pointers in that game. It's totally crazy that teams are shooting at that volume. I think it's completely ridiculous. It's disgusting that Tatum took almost 20 shots from behind the arc in that game. That's not a good brand of basketball. And I can't believe I have this guy, World Breaker, texting me that Tatum is better than Larry Bird. Completely hilarious. But that's a whole other conversation to have. Charles Barkley decides to interject Ernie's recap and goes straight to the white meat. Let's hear it.
Okay. And then second thing is yesterday there was a viral clip of Charles Barkley taking some shots at you for your analysis of the NBA media sphere and how the game is covered. Did you hear that? I assume you did, based on your
I read a text from somebody after the game. I went to look at my phone. It says something about Charles Barkley. And I'm like, huh? But Greg and both showed me. I didn't make it all the way through the clip. I got to be honest with you. My resting heart rate is probably 64. I watched the clip. It was 64. Literally don't care. I have other thoughts, but don't care.
What? Hi.
Okay. And then second thing is
Sorry, guys. That was the wrong soundbite.
Randall stepping back and knocking down a three. Yeah, there were a lot of threes shot tonight. Yes, nearly 100 combined between the two teams.
100 threes. That's right. Yeah, no, Ernie. You know what it is? It's Chuck's fault. Why? Well, because some idiot named Jason Monroe said something about then. I heard JJ Redicks said something about me. JJ, you better calm down, because when you come for the king, you better not miss.
Did he name you specifically, or was he just talking about folks on TV?
He said something about we're the reason people ain't watching this crappy product we got. JJ. Yeah, us, like we out there jacking up 103 tonight. JJ, I don't know Jason Monroe. I don't know who that is, but JJ, if you come for the king, you better not miss. Because I can get you, brother, because I got your Lakers games. You can't hide them flaws they got. You just a dead man walking. They got rid of Frank Vogel, who did a good job. They got rid of Darvingham, who did a good job. But you came out there thinking you were going to change things with that same ugly girl you went on a date with.
64-51 was your halftime score. As we get back to the highlights, and Rudy Gobert.
So he came in there thinking, I can make this thing work. Hell, you can.
77, 71.
Put your makeup on that pig. Man, the Lakers are pig. The Lakers stink, man. Oh, man, okay. Come on, man.
Tatum, by the way, had 33
put some makeup. What'd you say? Put some makeup on that pig. I'm JJ Reddick. I can make this thing work. Please. Chico, please.
Josh Minot right there with the big dunk. As Minnesota comes back at him, and Vincenzo ties it up.
Way to go,
at 94.
About being a professional. You come for me. You better not miss.
We heard that already.
Okay.
As Tatum.
We're the reason ratings are down. Oh, we're the reason. Like we playing.
We only on an hour.
Hey, listen. If me and Shaq, that's exactly right. If me and Shaq played, down the ratings would be down.
Look at Derek White.
But in fairness, if me and Shaq played, we'd be like the third or fourth best players on that Laker team right now.
That is the last gasp for Minnesota.
LeBron AD did. Chuck, get in the game. Chuck, get in the game. Damn bombs out there. But it's Frank Vogel and Darvinham's fault.
How did we go there?
I'm
talking about
people jacking up 100 threes saying we're the reason raises are down. 30 seconds to another 3-point shooting contest.
What are the lotto numbers for next month? That's what Damon said.
Damon, stop it, man. I got to be able to see, fool.
Oh my gosh! All right,
Tell them how you
so
really feel. It's a big game for the Sixers, son. They need to win this game.
I was see. Now we get back to where we started.
See, I don't bother nobody, but if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back.
Okay, face of the league. It's not that JJ Reddick lied about them being plumbers and firemen. They were. It's the fact that he was completely tone deaf in making that comment. The fact that guys had to work in the summertime and he didn't, and all he was mediocre at best, is shameful. He had access to the best of everything and was still just an average, like a guy on a team, barely a role player that was serviceable. So he didn't lie. Nobody's saying that he lied about being plumbers and firemen, back in the day. That's true. It's just the fact that he mentioned that as if that was supposed to be a bad thing. He mentioned that as if that meant that they couldn't play basketball because they went to work in the summer. Like, fuck you, JJ Reddick. These guys paved the way for you not have to work in the summer. That's the point, face of the league. If you don't understand that, then I don't know what to tell you. Now back to this Charles Barkley rant. The Lakers are bums. The best part of this rant was the fact that he said Chuck and Shaq can play for the team, and they're the best after LeBron and AD. I was weak. Oh my God, Charles Barkley ripped JJ Reddick and the Lakers. Get some makeup on that pig? JJ is a dead man walking? I'm not sure if any of you guys noticed that Ernie didn't want to let Barkley cook on JJ. He wanted to protect him. What a lame. Barkley cooked JJ Reddick. Absolutely cooked. The man should be fired. Let's see if he makes it to the Western Conference Finals this year. The Lakers are the 4th seed, 5th seed. Sounds like fake news to me. They'll be back in the bottom in no time. They're a bunch of bums. Bums. But what do you guys think? Did the Inside the NBA crew tank the NBA ratings? I'll read some more comments and then I'll open the phone lines for one call before we move on to the next topic. Yeah, that's why they didn't suck back then. Imagine if they had all of the hours that JJ Reddick had to be JJ Reddick, but yet they were still guys like Jerry West and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. How would you know if they sucked back then if you didn't watch it? How did they suck? In which ways did they suck? They sucked back then. They did way more than today's guys with less. Today's guys suck. They can't even get on the floor for 82 games. Make it make sense. With all the resources, all the technology, get your ass on the floor and play. A plumber and a firefighter will dog walk a podcaster in anything physical. Sure can. Of course, he's always trying to protect his complexion. Every time, Roncy. That's right, Zachary V. Dead man walking. I loved it. You can make an Asterix goat after 2014, but that would be a waste of time. And also, there is none. So, an even further waste of time. Great comment. East B, salute to you. The NBA is going to make sure a big trade happens for the Lakers. Oh, I'm certain of it. Can't wait to see what the train wreck will be for the rest of the season. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat, Afro Universe. I appreciate you, sir. I think I saw Michael Jordan fans are the best in the chat. I can't find the comment now, but oh, there you go. Salute to you, Michael Jordan fans are the best. Guys, run over there and subscribe to their channel. Dart is amazing. They have great panel debates and overall just a really cool channel. So go over there and like, share, and subscribe. Don't know if y'all saw, but I won a Koozie versus Curry debate a few weeks ago. It wasn't as hard as you'd think it'd be. I I don't see how it's hard at all, Dart, when you have Curry, who's just not really a fourth quarter player. And I'm sure people are going to jump down my throat and jump all over me. I love Steph Curry. I think he's fantastic. I think he's the greatest player of today's era, but he's just not. I think that guys of the past are better shooters. I think that when it's crunch time, down the stretch, when it matters, that's when you need to be able to hit shots. I'm not going to say that Steph Curry never hit game winners. I'm not going to say he was never came up big in the fourth quarter, but I will not be able to get past 2016 when he completely collapsed under pressure defense, couldn't hit shots, was hitting tour dates. I'm good. I don't even want to think about that series. Awful. Anyway, guys, call in. I have time for one call on this topic. I would love to hear your thoughts. I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think that the TNT crew, Charles Barkley, Shaq, Ernie, Kenny the Jet Smith, do you think that they're responsible for the NBA ratings tanking? Is Charles Barkley the reason why the NBA ratings are in the fucking toilet? Let's go. NBA ratings are in the toilet. It's Charles Barkley's fault. It's TNT's fault. Nobody's celebrating the NBA today because I think they are. There's plenty of people celebrating the NBA, but what they're celebrating are the foreign players. Oftentimes, the media is telling lies. They're praising folks like Bronny James, where we're talking about a 40-year-old every day. We're talking about a 40-year-old who has an installed weave on his head every day. And we expect for NBA ratings to be at its peak. That doesn't make any sense. LeBron James is literally wearing a lace front wig. But we want to talk about him every day. Thanks for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice. Caller from Arizona. Who do I have on the line? Uh-oh. It looks like you're not connected. Just give me one moment. Don't hang up. One second. I'm just reconnecting. All righty. Caller from Arizona. Talk to me nice. Who do we have on the line?
This is Kurt from Phoenix.
Hi, Kurt. So nice to hear from you. How's it going?
It's going good. I don't think you can blame TNT, the crew there. I think that's the best thing in basketball right now is watching them rather than the actual game because they tell it how it is, how they see it. And, I know that there are groups out there that want to cancel the 90s, but, if you look at like the 80s and the 90s, I mean, you had different like Lakers, with Showtime, you had the tail end of Dr. J, you had Bird, then you had the Bad Boy Pistons, and then you had Jordan with the triangle offense and Pippen, and then you had Olajuwon. There were so many teams that were able to dominate for a certain time period, but they all played different styles and different games. Whereas now everyone is just a copycat because of the analytics of the three ball. So it's just very, very boring. And that's just my opinion, but I think that's the problem. You just have to make sure somehow you can diversify the game.
I mean, I agree with you. And this is something that Shaquille O'Neal has brought up. Isaiah Thomas has mentioned this. Multiple people have said that the entire league is just a copycat league. Nobody's standing for anything. They're just shooting very high volume of 3-point shots. It's not good.
You know, ever since Adam Silver has taken over, he's relaxed so many of the standards when it comes to defense, even when it comes to just how people behave. I mean, the coaches always used to have to wear suits, and even the players that were not playing. And now, you know, the coaches are like in sweaters and things. It's almost like every day is casual Friday. You know, I can't tell if they're in preseason or if it's the summer league. It's terrible. And when you let down the standards for the players, it just allows for more bad behavior and not actually meeting the standard of the league. And then the best teams usually even had higher standards than the league minimum. And those were always the best teams because they made sure everyone was accountable to a certain standard. You know, what's happening in Miami with, Butler, he needs to be held to that standard. He signed a contract.
Yeah.
He owes it to the fans.
Kurt, I'm going to get into that. That's the next topic, I promise.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
No,
I'll
it's going to be
talk-
good. I can't wait to talk about Jimmy Butler because everything that you're saying, that's what I resonate with a lot. And I think that, players, they're looking at it through the wrong lens and they don't recognize the opportunity that they've been given for however many seasons that they've already had.
I've never seen such a generation of players where they bash previous generations. All the other generations would always really appreciate the generation before because they always made the league better and more possible for them.
Right. But
Is-
you want to know what it is, though? I think that today, more than ever, people in society, they're looking for recognition. They need it. They have a high thirst for validation. Social media, all of these platforms that, it provides you with like a fear of missing out, a feeling that, you need to be belonging to something. You must be a part of something. You must be recognized. You must be, under some sort of spotlight. If you're not, maybe there's something wrong with you. People aren't recognizing you, then, hey, maybe you've done something wrong. Maybe you're not good enough. And back in the day, it was the work that pushed people forward and propelled them. They didn't necessarily need a pat on the back because, what they were doing was what they were supposed to do. The standard was much higher back then than it is now. Today, people just want to manufacture success. They want to be given accolades and recognition just for existing. If you wake up in the morning, you must be recognized.
I agree.
Instead of having,
Anyway.
to accomplish something very significant, right? So
Yeah.
I think that, to your point, the standards have for sure lowered.
Okay. Well, it's always great talking to you.
So nice talking to you as well, Kurt. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Bye-bye.
Alrighty, bye-bye. Okay, guys. Lazy husband. If I had to choose a player to take a final shot to win a game, I'd choose Jordan. But if I could pick one to shoot to save my life, I would pick Bird. Pat Riley. I mean, I absolutely love that comment. I think it's just wonderful. And nowhere in that statement would anybody be picking anybody from today's game. I wouldn't pick not one single player to shoot a shot to save my life that's in this league. I need an assassin shooting a shot that can save my life. I don't need anybody that's scared of the moment, and that's 99% of players that play today. They're scared, they choke, they can't handle the pressure. It's too great. And what I've realized over the course of, several different eras of basketball is the pressure, it has grown, and it's grown so much because of the prior generations, because they were able to accomplish a lot, because they set the standard essentially. And so when you can't reach it, when you can't surpass, when you can't eclipse, when you can't even just elevate and you're stagnant, that's when you've got to force it. You have to force yourself on people because you haven't done anything greater than what the past has done. So because of that, we have things like advanced analytics. We have things that basically make up stats, make up accolades. Oh, in this many games, so-and-so surpassed this. Please, did you win a title? Is your team winning now? What are you doing to help your organization? We don't really talk about the things that matter. We talk about fake accomplishments. Now that we've talked about Charles Barkley's epic rant, we're going to move on to the next topic, which is Jimmy Butler. And so, obviously there's been a lot of chatter about Jimmy Buckets, so much. Today, it was announced in a shocking report that Jimmy would be suspended for 7 games.